egg tray. Opposite side of the egg tray, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each circle is enclosed by 4. Okay, one egg gets deposited. I'm not going to do the whole thing right now, but this scenario is a creation of our fabric. Every creation we have is part of the creation of the entire ship we live upon. Just because we don't see the outside of the ship, it's almost like being stuck on the train that goes around and around and around. It took 6 chickens 1 day to create this, or it took 1 chicken 6 days to fill this. He took 1 day off, and then another chicken made this. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other tray. You see the way the fictitious tray, because it says 3 over here. If I put 2 of them together, 2 egg trays, you get 8, right? Or we can actually move it up this way and it looks like a snake, right? The snake moves. Anyways, 2 egg trays, okay? 2 egg trays. 30 and 30, 60 eggs. We now have the 60 minutes on the clock. All we have to do is set them up this way, right? We now have the clock. We have 2 empty spaces. In those 2 empty spaces, we get another 60 eggs. That's 120. So 120 or 40, 40, 40, or 30 times 4, 120. Okay, or 120, adding 1 to 15. 1 to 15, 1 through 5, 2, 3, 4 area space. 2 times 3 times 4, 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 24 and 9. Is 9 and 6. Is 8 and 6. The 7th gate communication between 6 and 8 according to games people play. Which game? I can tell you. What does it mean? It means what it means. When you go to math class, you're only learning the equations, relationships. If it's going to mean something, you need to use it. Will you ever need to use it? Well, guess what? Science fails more than half the time. Half the people get divorced and everybody dies. I'm doing what a million other people are doing, and if you haven't seen it before, I'm a genius. And if you have, I'm like everybody else, and I'm no different. Are you wasting your time? Are you having a good time? You having a good time? Isn't it about a good time? Let's go to the show tonight. What did you hear? I heard the same song I heard on the radio. But I saw the crowd, and the vibration was great. 234, area 1551. 47 times 33. 1551. 47 times 47. I forget. Something 09? 2209 before I get the calculator. 47 by 47 equals 2209. 60, 22 to life. 60 and 22, 82, 28, 7 by 4, 28 cycle of the understanding of the moon. We've got 2 egg trays. I need 4. But now we have the question, how will we link these together? Will I put a spot over here and put time in between? Does time separate the 2 spaces? Do you notice when I hold it like this, there's an hourglass in between separating time, but to the side, that means the hourglass is up and down. How the oceans move, flat earth or round? Well, every single one of these bumps are round. Does it go all the way around? If it goes all the way around, it's continuous. And if it's continuous, okay, then let's go and do the continuous of this. I'm going to make the screen a little bit bigger so that I can see it. 5, 1, 4, 2, 7, 8. These are the binary numbers. The binary design, okay, the basic binary design is this. 7 times x, 168. 7 times x, knowing x. Creation of numerics 1 and 2. 6 and 4. When we go to the first box and the second box of binary, we go 1 and 2. Understand binary, that if you're adding it, it equals to 27, where the first becomes 7, 4, 2, and 1, the bad cat. 4 and 8, Pluto. 2 and 4, the bad cat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6, the separation between 5 and 7 and 4 and 8. Halfway between each one. 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. When we multiply it, the first thing that happens is 7 gets cut in half. 5 times 7, 35. 3 and a half is 2 times is 7. 1 times 2, it remains the same. Remains the same, gets cut in half. If you add up all the numbers and you divide by the numbers, this one is a silly number. It's an extra number to make everything worthless or worth less. Becomes 2 times 4, 1 times 2 and 4, cycle, 64 automatically. This is your 2, 8, 64. This is your binary, beginning of binary, and it stops right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. You need the 7th one to go back to the beginning. But the beginning may be here, but you really have the beginning of the beginning is over here. You're going back to the beginning to where start is, but you have to come back into the game. Unless everything stops over here and we create a square and we go all the way around. We get 1 and 2, we get 6 and 4 over here. 1, 2, 4, 8. Why did I do 4 and 8? Why did I do these two numbers this way? Why did I do 4 and 6? Because I did 64. 2, I did this over here, 1 and 2 coming together, right? And I did 64. So if I do this properly and I reverse it, right? 4 and 6 and 1 and 2, right? The 1 and 2 equals 3, and this is the half-light. Remember, we might go 24.13, but that 13 can also be 23.4, and I'm going to show you this in a minute. In binary, right, if we go 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, when we reach 4 and 4 and turn these back to back against each other, 4 and 4 is here, 8 and 8 dividing skies, 7 ends up over here, 7 by 7, 49, the green gateway. 48, the Pluto. And this hat is sitting right over here. The Superman sign sits inside this sign. $56, $65 facing each other. Look at the design that's left over. Is that the right one? Let me see this one. No, we're going to do it. Do you see this one with this T over here and this, right? I want to show you this one over here. I'm going to open up the page and see if I can get them together. This one over here, it encompasses the T, and then the open space. See, this one goes all the way around. See the E world, the smaller and the higher, because of what the bricks do. The bigger space, the smaller space where we go in, creating the design in the bricks. 52 is Earth. Here's the T in the seat. Here's the CT. Here's the CT. I don't know what it means. Opening, if I had to open this up, I'd open it up into a snake. See, down and down, down and down. I turn this one backwards. I turn this one backwards. I turn it up, I get the S. This is more or less like ducks walking. Here's 1 duck, 2 ducks. What is 1106? I'm going to show you in a minute. I want to get back to the binary over here. I want to get back to the binary. So when we multiply and add, we get 2240. We multiply it by 4, it becomes 8. When I multiply it by 8, it becomes 64. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 will create DC, 24 and 10. 24 and 10 is right over here. X is the 24th letter, 10 in Roman numerals equaling to 34 DC, creation of A and I in numbers. We get to 64. The minute we multiply that, 44 is area space, 4 and 4 is 88. There's your 88, there's your 44. I can say anything I want. 48 is the son of Pluto. 4 and 8 is half of each other. And once I multiply this 8 times this 8, aren't these 8s equal? 8 times 8, 8 minus 8, 8 plus 8. 16 and 8. You know what that 16 and 8 is? 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. 16 and 8. That's, isn't that psi or phi or something? 16 and 8, PHI, I don't remember what number it is. Area space of the gates of 8 of area 51. Vibration in 2, 3, and 4. 4 and 4, the opposite of 4 and 4 is 3 and 3, 77. This is your binary. So we're going to go back to what the binary is on this, okay? Oh boy, some noise in the background, okay? Whoop, now the picture disappeared. I'm working on this design over here. See the 6-point star, the Magen David? It took 3 hearts. You have a separation over here, one in between, plug in, plug in, plug in, right? Resh and Resh. Hebrew letter resh and resh. That's what all of these are, right? And you do know that this is 3. So we do know that this is a triangle. So inside of a triangle, okay, inside of this triangle lies 6. And inside that lies the Superman sign right over here, right? There's the Superman sign right over here. Right? I just don't have the top on top of it. 1 hourglass, 1 hourglass. So now, where was I? We did this. This is the word yes. See the Y? Inside that Y is the line that we don't see, or the little ball, right? When there's an area of space, you just put a ball. What does that ball stand for? I'm not sure, right? It could be light or water. It's a passing, so automatically it's an E. But I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to say that because, you know, it could be this or that. This can also resemble the E. It's actually the 5, but forget about this and forget about this. It says 1, 1, 1, 35, 37, 39, because it shows up on the roulette numbers that we started to do, and then I stopped. So I'm going to show you these roulette numbers. My camera's a little bit small. I'm going to go through this really quick. Now, when you go through it, there's one space, 6. There's another space, 3. There's another space, 6. There's another space, 9. There's another space, 9. There's another space, 3. There's another space, 6. There's another space, 6. There's another space, 9. All we're missing is 3, 6, 9. But how many of them come together? One space equals 6. One space equals 3. 2 spaces equals 6. Black and red come together. 2, 7 equals 9, 6. Comes together is 36. One space, one space. So these are codes. I don't know what they do, and they start over again, over and over and over. These are going to be the numbers. Now, one is a European roulette, okay, and the other is North American. I don't know if it's like this. If it's held like this. I don't know if it's tilted towards the sun or how these numbers work, but I definitely know it was set up on purpose. On the other side, okay, you have a space 9. You have a hit, miss, hit, miss, hit, 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 all the way to here. The gateway, the red sun, the 20 world, which is the E world, the freezing point, 17, 5, 4. I'm not sure what these do. I have to figure it out. But this will create, okay, 5, 8, 5, 2, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8. So that's the passage on the cross. Goes up and down, 2, 5, 8. And then boom, there's a whole big space here. And then there's 3 spaces and 2 spaces. On this side, okay, the maximum is 1 and 2 spaces. So the 1 and 2 spaces are on the English roulette, and the many spaces, which is crazy because on this roulette, right, check the numbers out. 2 reds, 30 and 9. 2 reds, 30 and 7. 2 reds, 32 and 5s. 32 and 5, 37. 5 and 34, 39. 3 and 34, 37. 36 and 1, 37. 1, whoop. 36 and 3, 37. 39. 36 and 1, 37. 1 and 27, it switches over the 00. And then it does something else. 25 and 12, 37. If you go in the black, 31 and 8, 39. 8 and 29, 37. 29 and 10, 39. Right, so this is just a system that have, and this is how the binary numbers set up in here, and they go all the way around. How they punch on the clock and how the doors are opening and closing. It's like a wheel. You're turning an engine, so that's how I see the binary system, and it only goes up to a certain size and it starts over again. That's the way it is, and it moves on, or it's like the leap year. Ding, 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 ding. You go 365 days, 1 year. You go 720 days, 2 years. Half a day in minutes. You go 1,080, okay? You go 1,080 or 1024. 56 hours, okay? 1024. 1,080 is 363 times. 1,080 to 24 hours on the clock. 1080 divided by 24 equals to 45, right? But 1024 divided by 24 equals to 42 days and 666. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is how anyways, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'll be back at you. Thank you for watching this video.